Hi, my butterflies. It's your girl, Asada Marie, and we are back with another prophetic word from the Lord. And in this word, the Lord wanted me to talk to you guys about evil destiny exchange and what that would look like with someone trying to come into your life to do this form of witchcraft. The Lord gave me a couple of signs, so I'm just going to go down the signs that He gave me. And He also told me what He plans to do to those people who believe that this will work on your life. So the Lord said the first thing to look out for is people who randomly bring up things that the Lord has been speaking to you about. These people want to make it look like they're deep. A lot of the times they want to make it look like y'all are into the same things, or somehow they just they know that you're going to be thinking like, wait, how did they know that? But the truth is that these people are looking into your life using witchcraft, okay? They are using the kingdom of darkness, psychics, mediums, tarot cards, different things like that to look into your life. And when they look into your life, usually they see these things, and so they bring it back up to you, thinking that you won't know how they know this, right? They think that you'll just think like, oh, it's a coincidence. But they know that somewhere you're going to be thinking like, how does this person know this? And the Lord wants us to know that they're using witchcraft to look into your life. And a disclaimer, I want you guys to know that you don't have to fear witchcraft. Nothing can defeat our God. So this is not for you guys to fear it. It's just for you guys to be knowledgeable about the tools that they do use. Okay, so the next thing the Lord said that they will try to copy you. These people will try to copy everything. Nothing will be enough. They will want your spirit at the end of the day. So they want to know how you act. They want to know your personality. They want to know your moves. They want to know what your dreams are, right? And this is why they usually look into your life. They also want to know the treasures that God has for you. The Lord noted that these people don't go to God themselves, and so they have no clue about the treasures that the Lord has for them. So they're so focused on the treasures that God has for you and stealing those treasures, they never get a chance to see what God has in store for them. And that bursts jealousy and, envy. And that's when they want to copy you and kind of like mimic you so that what they perceive to be witchcraft and stealing your destiny can go forward, which no weapon formed against you will prosper. But the Lord does want us to know this, because these people usually try to get really close to you. And they try to get close to you because they need to know like how you're acting, how you're changing. One thing about God is that He's always changing us. So the person that they thought you were yesterday, the things you were into yesterday, you're not going to be into those things this time around. Or like moving forward, God changes us really quickly. And so they need to keep tabs on how you're changing, and that's why you'll see these people wanting to be really close to you and wanting to be around you, because they need to mimic what you're doing. Essentially, whoever they're speaking to is telling them if they do this, they can become you and get the treasures that God has for you, and they're lying to them. Okay, so but the Lord also wants us to have discernment. So if you suspect that this is going on in your life, pray to God for discernment about who's doing this, because the Lord also told me that some people just admire you, right? So if the Lord has you in a place where you're inspiring other people and people look up to you, don't idolize anybody, because we are all humans and we'll never be perfect, right? We're going to make mistakes. But there are some people who look up to you, maybe people who haven't had role models. They might not have parents in their lives, or be as close with their parents. And so they're just inspired by you. So know the difference. You don't want to be mean to people who are looking to come to God and they inspire and look up to you, right? Those might be people who are mimicking you, but they're doing it because we ultimately want to mimic Jesus. So they want to be like Jesus. They don't want to be like you. And they may just be using you as a role model. And so know the difference. Have discernment about this. And God will tell you clearly if you pray to God for discernment. But lastly, the Lord wanted me to talk to you guys about how He's dealing with it. So the Lord said for these people, He's going to give them the worst parts of your life. Okay, so there's certain things that we had to go through to train as either prophets or God or whatever the Lord has called you to be in, the Lord will give you specific training and specific challenges, obstacles that you have to go through in your life in order to become the best version of that. And so those challenges are really, really hard depending on who you are, okay? And so the Lord said that he's going to make these people have to go through those challenges. They will begin to experience the same the hardest of your challenges. They will have to go through that since they want to be you. That's what the Lord said. And the Lord said that has equipped you for those challenges. So it wasn't that bad, right? Everybody else, they could see that you were going through some things. But to you have been equipped for this because this was supposed to build you into who you're supposed to become. But for these people, they don't have the tools to go through these things that you have experienced. And God is essentially going to teach them a lesson through this. And so you shouldn't be happy that these people are experiencing the hard parts of your life. But essentially, it's a lesson for them to know that God is God and you can't steal anybody's destiny, okay? God is going to give what he needs to give to his kids. But he wants to teach them that lesson so that they'll come to God and actually see what the Lord has for them. And that way they won't be focused on what you have, right? And so that's the message for today. I love you guys so much. Yah loves you even more. Until next time.